Side by Side was created to address the isolation and stigma experienced by families who have a loved one who can behave in challenging ways. It began as a peer partner program, connecting families with lived experience with the intention of building resilience and hope. Now in its fourth year, Side by Side has grown into a vibrant community of families around the state who also come together for workshops, retreats, and last year for the Come to Our House conference, which was attended by 65 families from all over Western Australia. Many families report that Side by Side is a game changer, giving them connection with others, a voice, and hope for the future. Is There a Better Way is a workshop series designed by families, for families, to build understanding of why people can behave in challenging ways. It explores the wide range of influences on behaviour, including quality of life, communication, relationships, human rights, and the use of restrictive practices. Now in its fourth year, Is There a Better Way continues to be requested by families, communities, services, and schools around the state. Is There a Better Way builds lasting capacity in families and their communities to respond to behaviour which can be seen as challenging in ways which are both respectful and effective. Families who have been part of Is There a Better Way can find ongoing support by joining the Side by Side community.
Everyday life is not simple with a child with challenging behaviours. You know, we went to a pool like everybody else, and you know, Dylan likes to splash and things like that, and he runs into the pool, and as he jumps in he splashes a man, and the man turns around and says to me, "Retards shouldn't be let out of the house. These people should be shot at birth." Dylan's been quite challenging from an early age. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 8, as well as Down syndrome at birth. He can get quite aggressive and likes to hit out. We've been through 12 different schools. We went to a Catholic school, tried to get him more integrated. After a while, the relationship broke down between me and the principal because, you know, the principal would call me in and say, "Oh, your son's got the devil in him," or, you know, "You've brought him to our school to punish our school." It was a very hard thing for a mother to hear because you just can't believe that comes out of a principal's mouth to say that. Many years of Dylan's challenging behaviour, people hadn't stuck around, and a lot of our family didn't stick around either, so we were quite isolated. Then financial hardship. It's a lot of pressure. When we first came into Side by Side, we were quite isolated and alone, and just having them here when there was, you know, a real problem, or, you know, they felt like my family, the family that I don't have, I guess, and I could talk to them about anything.
One of the main drivers for challenging behaviour is a need for connection and relationship. And very often what happens when people start behaving in challenging ways is we step back. So they're being aggressive, or they're doing things that feel uncomfortable to us, so we step away from them, or sometimes we isolate them when those things happen. But in fact, what people are asking for is for us to step closer. And I think we've embedded that understanding in Is There a Better Way, and the families are understanding that more.
There was an incident at my son's school where he became violent, and the school wanted me to sign permission for my son to be restrained. I had already been to the Is There a Better Way training, and I had learnt about the elimination of the code. I didn't sign the paperwork. We've put in a plan about how the school can minimise his triggers, and it seems to be working.
It's also about building communities around people with disabilities and particularly challenging behaviour. So it's about the wider network, it's about a sense of belonging, and that behaving in challenging ways is just part of being human.
We do a lot of stuff that we see as safety of the kids, but we need to look at what is safety and what is convenience for us.
Just to provide her with choices instead of would you like Weet-Bix or Weet-Bix for breakfast, we then were able to give her a wider range and she could choose.
Something that was just finely structured that I'd never come across before. It was just parents for parents, and so we come to these workshops and we network and we get to know people, and I've developed fantastic friendships out of these courses.
This is not a process where experts come in and redesign things so that people get a better deal. This is actually about listening to the stories and the lived experience of families and people with disability in order to make the changes that they feel are necessary.
Being part of a collective is the key to family leadership.
One family gets supported, they grow, and then they're able to share their knowledge with other families.
There is a lot of people out there really struggling that don't have that support, don't know about the support, and I would be really devastated if the project was cancelled and that support wasn't there for us. Without this, we haven't got anybody.